This is Will Yates with a Fox News alert. The Arizona Department of Public Safety announced on Tuesday that it had broken up a Mexican drug smuggling ring. Here's Director Neil Carter from the department.
Working with various law enforcement partners, including Mexican law enforcement, officers recovered about 1,000 pounds of marijuana from a series of safe houses. Also recovered was a large quantity of weapons, apparently of American origin. The smugglers were arrested over a period of weeks, but we have only made the operation public today in order to avoid jeopardizing the investigation. And because some suspects showed symptoms of the same amoebic dysentery affecting Arizona citizens.
The fact that these Mexican smugglers are showing symptoms of amoebic dysentery raises the question, is the American vigilante group DAR really responsible for the outbreak after all? Joint Homeland Security Committee member Sheila Jackson-Lee sure thinks so. Does this suggest that perhaps DAR is not responsible for contaminating the water sources after all?
We have no reason to believe that that's what this story tells us. All it shows us is that the disease travels very quickly and that these folks may have had interactions with communities that have already been exposed to dysentery. This doesn't disprove our contention that DAR, who has publicly taken responsibility for this heinous attack, is still behind the initial spread of the contamination of the water. So it doesn't change my opinion at all.
Committee Chairman and Republican Michael McCall, on the other hand, expressed a more measured wait-and-see approach to the situation. Doesn't this suggest that perhaps amoebic dysentery is coming from Mexico and was not planted by the DAR?
Well, we believe that that could be the case, and we're looking carefully into the cause of the amoebic dysentery. At this point, we're unsure who is responsible for it, if any group in particular is, or if it's something that's coming across the border from Mexico. We're staying in careful contact with law enforcement in Arizona, New Mexico, and in Texas to make sure we can ascertain the source. But we're going to do everything we can to ensure that we stop the dysentery from hurting Americans and keeping them from their productive lives.
These developments helped set the stage for today's meeting of the Joint Homeland Security Committee on the continuing border crisis. It was a chaotic scene at the hearing today, with Native American tribe Tohono O'odham protesting outside, and radical environmentalists, the Center for Biological Diversity, at one point unleashing some kind of wild antelope or reindeer inside the hearing room. After the meeting, we caught up with committee member Senator Lieberman to ask whether the committee was able to get to the bottom of the recent amoebic dysentery outbreak. Senator Lieberman, was the committee meeting able to get to any answers on who's responsible for the well poisonings?
Well, I'm very disappointed with the way the committee went today, I have to tell you. First of all, I think it's a waste of time, as I said in the committee hearing, to spend a lot of time, energy, money finding out whether or not this DAR group poisoned the well. I believe the damage was done when they announced they poisoned the well. And that is really the act of terrorism if it produces their desired effect of instilling fear and chaos and slowing down business, trying to scare immigrants.
In other words, it doesn't seem like we'll be getting to the bottom of this mystery or solving the crisis at the border anytime soon. Reporting for Fox News, this is Will Yates.